Hey Tribe, Jessica Mitchell here with Living Divina Yoga and Fitness Studio. Today we're going to focus on Sun Salutations. Surya Namaskar is a series of about 12 postures that you're going to sequence together, and it's usually the same each time. There are different styles of Sun Salutations. This is something that is a staple for Vinyasa. Benefits of Sun Salutations are heat building fire. It helps you produce a digestive fire, meaning it loosens up the organs, helps you process your food, really helps you in your digestive system. Another benefit, it boosts your immune system, builds endurance, strengthens your heart. Man, there's so many benefits to Sun Salutations, so let's begin. I'm gonna break it down for you so that you can also honor this in a modified practice. If you need modifications, know that it is totally fine and okay to do this in the modified form. Eventually, you'll be able to build yourself up into the full expression of this sequence. So let's begin. So I would normally not start with this. I do some sort of warm-up. This is used as a great warm-up as well, but we're gonna start at the top of our mat. We have our mountain pose. Feet are gonna be hip-width distance apart. And if you don't know what hip-width distance apart is, you wanna find those bony parts right here. It's not your hip bones, they're actually your pelvis. They're called your ASIS bones. So if you make a fist and place them on those bony parts right there, your ASIS bones, and then line your feet up with your fist, that's a true hip width distance apart. Oftentimes I see people closing it off or taking it too wide. You want to bring the feet hip width distance apart. So checking yourself out, feet are lined up together. Start with prayer hands at the heart center. Now notice I'm not slumping and dumping into this. I'm standing really tall. My chin is level with the floor. Softening the shoulders down and away, thumb knuckles rest at the sternum. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Micro bend in the knees, making sure never locking the joints in your postures. You can even lift the toes with the micro bend. Feel the four corners of your foot engaged. That has nothing to do with the toes. You want to feel the shins engage, your calves, your quads, and then drop those toes. Nice, rooted, grounded posture in our mountain pose. You want to feel strong and tall in mountain. Prayer hands actively press together, so don't be lazy in that. You want to recruit the muscles of the shoulders and biceps. Take a deep breath in. And slow exhale. You're already building heat just with that breath. That's our Ujjayi breath. We're lengthening through those inhales. So the next inhale, prayer hands overhead. Exhale, swan dive down. It's a hinging of the hips, never locking those knee joints, dropping yourself down into a forward fold. Fingertips active to the floor. Now, a few things here. If you can't touch the floor, that's okay. Either bend your knees deeper, dropping the head, relax here, and you can touch the floor, or use a blanket that's folded, a pillow, or a yoga block, and you can raise the floor. And here's where, if I had a block, I would have my hands here dropping the head. Otherwise, drape yourself down into this forward fold. Take as much knee bend as you need. Hands to shins. Inhale, flat back. Lift your head above the heart. Pull the shoulders away. It's a shrink wrapping of the midline here. So really pull the navel towards the spine. On your exhale, slow draping down into a forward fold. Let the head hang heavy. Fingertips active to the floor. Inhale, walk back to downward facing dog. This is your upside down V position. So take a little stroll. Spread open fingers. Exhale, hold posture, but not the breath. Let's check in with this downward facing dog. Your knees are pointed to the floor. So if you have this inward rotation and your knees are pointing towards each other, pull away from that. You don't want to do an internal hip rotation. Kneecaps pointing towards the floor. Head hangs heavy. Pulling the chin towards the chest. Nice long line of energy from crown to tail. If your heels can't touch the floor, don't worry about it. If they're here, that's okay. It took me years for my heels to drop down as low as they did. Sometimes I can touch the floor, sometimes I don't. So pull the shoulders back. Make sure you're not dumping the shoulders towards the ears. We're gonna flow to a plank pose. Let's start in modification. So we're gonna do 3 sets here. Let's drop knees. Untuck your toes. Tops of the feet press into the ground. Pull back for child's pose. So hips towards the heels. If you can't quite touch the heels, that's okay. Drop the head. Elbows lifted. Slowly peel yourself off the ground, roll forward. Stack your shoulders right above the wrist. You're back in this modified plank. Tuck toes. Raise those knees off the floor. Shift the hips back. Downward facing dog. Crouch dog. Bend knees. Eye gaze to the space in between the hands. And then take a little walk to the top of the mat, staying in a forward fold. Relax the head. Micro bend in the knees or deeper bend if you need it. Fingertips active to the floor. Hands to shins. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bow down, forward fold. Inhale, sweep high, rise up to mountain. Exhale, prayer hands, heart center. That was your first full sun salutation. Now, did you feel your heart rate elevate? In that sun salutation, that is the most modified version of it. So it's very gentle. And I just want to encourage you that if you can breathe, you can do yoga. So if that was a little challenging for you, I want you to stay in that modification for the next set. We're going to build ourselves up and do another modified version, but it's going to take us to the next level for our sun salutation. And then we'll do the full expression. This is where we incorporate what we call chaturangas. Chaturangas are what would translate to a 4-limb staff pose. In essence, it's a plank pose, but your elbows are bent and you're hugging your elbows into the ribs. So when we lower down, you're not pulling the elbows out, you're drawing them in, scraping the elbows to the ribs here, okay? And you'll connect to what I mean when we get into it. So top of the mat, feet are hip width distance apart. Prayer hands, heart center. We're gonna do the whole sequence again, but we're gonna add that next layer. Here we go. Draw the thumb knuckles to the sternum, chin is level with the floor. Take a deep breath in. Micro bend in the knees. And exhale it out. Keeping the mouth closed, see if you can send more breath out than you invited in. Working that breathing. Inhale. And exhale. Next, inhale, prayer hands overhead. Exhale, hinge from the hips. Slow swan dive down. Extend the arms out wide, and then slowly float your hands to the ground, drop the head. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, plank. This is our modified plank, so drop knees. Here's what's important here. Untuck the toes, tops of the feet press into the ground. Hug your elbows in. So I want you to wrap your chest up towards the ribs. Remember that scraping of the elbow to the rib? Here we go. Lower all the way down, all the way to the belly. Kiss your heart to the floor. Hands stay right where they're at. Lift your head and your heart. You're gonna look down and away, pull the shoulders back. If your elbows are flaring out, I want you to pin them in. Now check out your kneecaps. You wanna lift the kneecaps off the floor. This is gonna work your low back core, and the tops of the feet press into the ground. You're looking down and away. This is cobra pose. This is your modified chaturanga. Tuck toes. Press yourself back into a modified plank. Nice long line of energy. So don't dump into this, right? Hold the navel up and in, pushing the earth away from the body. Raise the hips towards the ceiling, downward facing dog. Now, if you feel really wide in your down dog, take one step forward with the feet. Shorten the distance a little bit. Tune into how this downward facing dog feels. Roll shoulders back, hang the head, tug the heels towards the ground. Let's bend the knees. Pull the navel up and in towards the spine, gaze to the space in between your hands, and then walk to the top of the mat for forward fold. Drop the head. Now, next inhale, hands to shins. Lift the head above the heart, flat back. If I can't put a plate or a cup on your back, you're rounding the spine. It's gonna fall off. You want a nice long line of energy from crown to tail. Exhale, forward fold. Drop the head, release fingertips to the ground. Inhale, sweep high, rise tall. Mountain pose, extended mountain reach. Eye gaze towards the ceiling. And exhale, prayer hands, heart center. How did that feel? Did you feel like you're building a little bit more heat? We're gonna do more, okay? You ready for the full expression? So check out your feet, hip width distance apart. Sorry, my microphone's dropping down a little bit here. That's okay, we're moving and grooving today. Ready? Prayer hands, heart center. Take a deep breath in. Soften the shoulders and elbows down. Exhale, keeping the mouth closed. Inhale. Hold the breath for a little bit more. And slow exhale. Sending more breath out than you invited in. Inhale, prayer hands overhead. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Now we're gonna get into the full expression. You need to stay modified. You choose where you need to be. Here we go. Walk back, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. hold plank, or drop to knees for modified plank. Here we go, modification can be on the knees and all the way to cobra, or join me in upward facing dog. Lower all the way down or halfway, so I'm gonna go halfway. This is the full expression. This is four-limb staff pose. This is chaturanga. And then scoop to your cobra, or upward facing dog. Notice my knees are lifted off the floor. I'm not slumping and dumping into this. I'm pushing the earth away. Pull the shoulders back. Chin remains level with the floor. I'm feeling this in my low back core. If you need to drop the knees, that's okay. This is okay. I don't want you to do anything to hurt your low back. Otherwise, lift the knees. Now pull the hips towards the ceiling and come back to downward facing dog. Now, crouch your dog. Now, in our crouch dog, when we gaze to the space in between your hands, I mentioned you can take a little stroll to the top of the mat. Maybe this time you hop. So you can walk or jump, top of the mat. Here we go. Gaze to the hands, walk or jump. Top of the mat, forward fold. Hands to shins. Inhale, flat back. Roll the shoulders away. Extension through the elbows. Exhale, drape the body down into a forward fold. Inhale, sweep it high, rise, mountain pose. Exhale, prayer hands, heart center. Well, there you have it. 3 different versions for your sun salutation. You can do this sequence 4, 5, 10 times in a row, and you're gonna feel the benefits of your heart raising. This gets very cardio. This is really strength building, and you're really working a whole party going on in the body. You've got your upper body strength, your core, your quads, your glutes. It's really good for the overall workout for your body, and feeling great heat building that is gonna produce better digestion. So are you ready to do one more with me? See if you can take it up a notch. If you need to stay modified, stay modified. Sometimes in my flow and my chaturangas, I'll do a couple of the modified versions first, and then I'll build up those endorphins that release. All of a sudden they kick in, and I take it to the full expression for the next few. So we're gonna do one whole round again. Actually, let's go for 2. You ready to join me? I'm not gonna stop. We're gonna keep going. Here we go. Feet are hip width distance apart. Prayer hands, heart center. Soften the shoulders down and away. Inhale, prayer hands high. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale to plank. Knees or toes. Inhale, lower all the way down or halfway. Exhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, crouch dog, gaze to the space between your hands. Inhale, walk or jump, top of the mat, forward fold. Exhale, settle into your forward fold. Hands to shins, inhale, lift the head above the heart, flat back. Pull the elbows in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep high to mountain. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, plank pose. Drop knees if you need it. Inhale, lower all the way down or halfway. Exhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Chin is level with the floor, pull the shoulders back. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, crouch dog. Inhale, gaze to the space between your hands. Exhale, walk or jump, top of the mat, forward fold. Hands to shins, inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep high to mountain. Exhale, prayer hands, heart center. Whoa, baby. Is your heart elevated? Your heart rate raised? How do you feel? Did you build some heat? I hope that this benefited you. I hope that this helped you understand a little bit more about Surya Namaskara Sun Salutation. Do that about 4 or 5 times. It's a great way to even just start your day, get the heart pumping, build that immune system, generate better digestive system. Man, so many benefits to our yoga practice. Hope you're good. Namaste to you guys. Grateful to come alongside your journey. Enjoy.